Hi, Dr. Monica here, pharmacist at MD Custom RX. I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking about quality. As a pharmacist, a pharmacy owner, and the quality control officer here at MD Custom RX, quality means a lot to me. In fact, in terms of this business and in terms of deciding to open a compounding only pharmacy, quality is everything. And that's why we've even made our tagline, quality matters, because it really does. Now, I've thought about some scenarios and asked some of my family members about situations where they recognize how important quality is. I personally was thinking about when I get my hair done. I definitely seek out somebody who is skilled and has experience, and I'm willing to pay them quite a bit more. My father is a real big grill pit master, if you will. He really does a great job and prides himself on cooking amazing meats for us. And he really seeks out quality in terms of where he buys his meat products, and has certain meat markets and butchers that he goes out of his way, literally out of his way, to go and purchase meat from that source because he recognizes the quality. My husband, many of you may know him, Dr. Dan, pharmacist here. He is an amazing woodworker, and he really values quality of certain tools that he uses, and would not sacrifice on using a less costly brand, because he knows that you get what you pay for. And when it comes to medication that you're using for a incredible health need for a reason, I can't think of any situation where quality matters more. The efficacy of any formulation, drug, prescription formulation, is directly related to how it's prepared, which is why the selection of a compounding pharmacy, of which compounding pharmacy you utilize, is critical. Now, you may think that when it comes to medicine, all pharmacies would be the same. And let's face it, when you're going to get something filled that's commercially available, like let's say the doctor prescribes you an antibiotic, there's very little variation in terms of how different pharmacies would prepare that order for you, right? They're all going to bill your insurance the same way. They're all going to count out the medication the same way. Their packaging of those capsules is going to be very similar. Now, there may be some differences in the service that you receive, or the consultation or the information that the pharmacist provides. So that may make your decision for you. But other than that, actually preparing the medication to be dispensed for you varies very, very little. Couldn't be further from that when we're talking about compounded medication. Each pharmacy has to come up with their own standard operating procedures in terms of how that order gets filled and made and verified. And depending on their commitment to quality, there can be a considerable number of steps involved in making sure that you get something that's accurate and of highest quality possible. So how do you ascertain whether you're utilizing a pharmacy that is well-trained, well-equipped, has the experience and the expertise necessary to provide you with a compounded medication? Well, the easiest way is to use a pharmacy that has voluntarily sought out to become accredited. Now, MD Custom RX, we are accredited. We have been accredited since 2009. Now, our accreditation body is PCAB, which stands for the Pharmacy Compounding Accreditation Board. PCAB was founded in 2007 because it was recognized that there was a need for an accrediting body in this field who could ascertain that the pharmacy was upholding the highest quality standards. So think about that. PCAB was found, so MD Custom RX started in 2005. And our commitment to quality starts there because we decided to open on day one as a compounding only pharmacy. So we recognize that the need to devote 100% of our overhead, our training, our equipment, our physical facility, solely to compounding was necessary in order to be able to offer the highest quality, meet the highest standards, give our customers, our patients, the best service. So we started on day one as a compounding only pharmacy. So that's all we do here. We don't do traditional dispensing of medications that are commercially available. We don't do medication management services. We don't do lift chairs and durable medical equipment. We don't do fittings for diabetic shoes, all those other services that pharmacies will offer. We are 100% dedicated to compounding and compounding only. So we recognized that when we opened in 2005. Then PCAB was founded in 2007, and we quickly identified that we wanted to be PCAB accredited. And to become accredited is a timely, it takes a lot of time in order to make sure all of your boxes are checked, your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, in order for you to meet the accreditation standards and pass and become accredited. And so 2 years after being founded, we became accredited, and we have held that accreditation for all these years. Now, using a PCAB accredited pharmacy as your compounding pharmacy ascertains that that pharmacy upholds and is committed to upholding the highest quality standards. So it gives you a peace of mind, because albeit all pharmacies are required to meet requirements that are set out by the state boards of pharmacy, they are not required to be accredited in order to compound. Achieving PCAB accreditation is voluntary. And so it speaks volumes about that pharmacy's commitment. The accreditation denotes it goes above and beyond what the state boards require of a pharmacy. It denotes a much more stringent and comprehensive standard, which serves as an assurance that our compounding pharmacy has been tested against the profession's most rigorous standards. So, the simplest way to ascertain a quality compounding pharmacy is to seek one that is PCAB accredited, because the accreditation body has done all the legwork for you. So even if I just ask because I feel so strongly about how important quality is when it comes to compounded medication. If you don't use MD Custom RX, that's fine. But seek out a pharmacy that is PCAB accredited, or at the very least, you're going to need to do, if you decide to use a non-accredited pharmacy, you're going to need to do some of your own legwork to ascertain the level of quality that may be coming out of that pharmacy. And I'll give you 3 questions that I encourage you to ask of that pharmacy. The first is, does the pharmacy have a PCAB accreditation? And that is a real easy yes or no, because you know, like I just mentioned, and I'll say it again, you know that if you're working with a compounding pharmacy that has a PCAB accreditation, you are guaranteed quality. And so that gives you, it's a real easy way of giving you that peace of mind. My second question is, ask that pharmacy, what training does the compounding staff undergo? And their response should reflect that their training process is rigorous. It takes time and resources to have that staff trained. They should also mention that the compounding staff undergoes potency testing on the dosage forms that they're validated to compound. And you should ask to see those test results. And those test results should be recent. They shouldn't be from 5 years ago. And they should be applicable to what they're filling for you. So if it's a hormone cream, you'd want to see a recent hormone test result from a person who's currently working there, who may be making your prescription. My third question is, ask, how does the pharmacy ascertain the quality it provides? And this is a real loaded question. You should receive a lot of information and examples with this question. The pharmacy should mention things like that they qualify their vendors, that they only use chemicals from highly reliable suppliers, and they ascertain the quality of those vendors and those suppliers. That they only use FDA registered vendors that are licensed in your state. They should mention things like they obtain certificates of analysis on all their ingredients. And you should be able to ask to see that. You should be able to identify what lot number of progesterone, let's say, is going in to your progesterone cream, and then be able to ask and see the certificate of analysis, which provides information about the potency and purity of that progesterone that went into your cream. The pharmacy should say that they utilize equipment and technology such as barcode scanning and scale integration to help ascertain safety and accuracy of how things are made in the lab. The pharmacy should say things like they perform internal audits that help to ensure that that compounding is accurate, and that each and every preparation meets a quality control or quality assurance parameter before it ever leaves the pharmacy. Things like solid dosage forms should fall within a tight percentage of ideal. They should be testing the melting point of things that need to melt in your body, like suppositories or troches, and ensuring that the melting point falls within range. pH testing, meeting physical parameters. Every preparation should meet something that ascertains its quality before it leaves the pharmacy, each and every time it's dispensed. So I do want to share with you as I close here that we have received several examples of preparations that were made in other pharmacies that oftentimes it'll come from a patient that ends up here after having a poor experience at another pharmacy. Or maybe they left us and learned the hard way and have now returned to us. But I've seen some really surprising things. I've seen creams with mold in them, troches, moldy troches. I've seen pain creams that are gritty. They feel like the equivalent to sand. And just ask yourself, if something feels gritty, if you can actually feel that, how well is that getting absorbed into your body? No. An efficacious product is not going to be gritty. I've seen preparations that have separated, discolored. So this is really real. There are vast differences in quality, and we need to be careful. And so that's my message today. Just definitely think about how important quality is when it comes to your compounded medication, and make sure that you're making the best decisions when it comes to taking care of you. All right, thank you so much for listening. Take care.